does
gathering
look a
people.
bit like a castle.
Okay, yeah. I've restarted the recording because I realized an error very early on, which is a fucking miracle for me.
And are you recording your own voice?
That was the thing I thought of.
Oh, no.
And it wasn't.
Well, yes, technically it wasn't. I had to set up a microphone on Bandicam in this
Is it
particular
recording
case.
our voices?
Yes.
Oh.
It was always recording your voices because it's recording the screen which your voices come out of. My voice goes into, thus is not present on the computer.
Right.
Like, only you hear my voice. Anywho, this is how we start this. Yes, there's a shitty picture of a quote-unquote castle. Castle's not there, I just wanted to right-handed
No,
scribble a castle.
That cloud looks like a castle.
Yeah, that's correct. That cloud with a black outline.
And we're still just gathering people up and putting them in the tavern because everybody collapsed after we succeeded in plugging up a hole to the far realm.
And
Correct.
Abigail just arrived, right?
Yeah, she just arrived. And everyone's
just
like, money,
arrived?
money, money, money. Or at least the spellcasters were.
The
True.
phone and the door selling.
Oh yeah,
no.
yeah. Okay, yeah. And it's like, okay, we have a bit of money now.
Yeah, we got our 200 gold.
Okay, question. Because this is an interesting one. For the rest...
Well, we got 200 electrum each.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we got 400 electrum.
So, would Murdertha accept the money?
Oh, was the money from gnomes?
Well, it's not from gnomes, but it's a gnome that's delivering it to
Good
you.
buy gnomes.
They
money's
haven't
not-
told you who they're buying
Yeah,
it from.
I also wasn't like paying attention when the money arrived.
The gnomes
So I don't think Murdertha would have noticed.
Fair
Okay,
enough.
so your cup would have went to someone else. If someone else gave you it, would that be okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now, who would have took Murdertha's cut?
I'd
Me,
do it.
probably.
I would assume it would be the goody two shoes who kept it.
Okay, so Lumen, would you give Murdertha their money?
Yeah, obviously.
Well, how would you word it?
Here's your cut of the door profits.
Thank you.
Perfect. Yay, Grim gets to have money.
My brain is so itchy.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Smashing my face off walls to try and scratch my brain by knocking it against the inside of my skull.
I think Newt would actually vote for Via getting a bit more since she carried the door for such a long time.
Yeah? That seems fair.
I mean, then that implies that we're gonna have to do more maths to figure it out, as opposed to just
Via,
Yes,
here's
yeah.
one of my electrum. Thanks.
Yeah, everyone should give VR one electrum each.
I give Via 50.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I have no concept of money.
So much Scottish money.
And you make your own stuff.
Perfectly legal
Exactly.
tender. What are you talking about?
I will give you 50 to match the Newt's 50.
Peer pressure, peer pressure.
Yeah, Via's just giving into peer pressure. Part of us like, no, we should split it all. And it's like, oh, okay.
Always works on friends.
But Lumen, don't you need yours for spellcasting too?
Yeah, but you did more work, so you should deserve more of the reward, right?
Okay.
That seems fair.
Okay,
how much is that? 100 electrum.
Jimmy boy,
50 gold.
Yes.
can you 100D me?
D100.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Don't you
Okay,
judge?
that's D100 lead.
Yeah, that's
59.
dodgy.
59.
I'm just saying, if 100 Ds, that's a
Oh
lot,
my
man. That's a lot
God,
for
that
everyone to
one's
take.
so fucking fitting for VR.
Oh, what is it?
So-
Does she scream at the stars at night?
No, but you can also have that if you want.
Why is she the
Terrifying
only one
of me.
getting a madness?
Because of
Of the way she woke up.
yeah.
It's like the next in the middle of the night, she's like, "Ah, Sammy!" and then just hears "No" from like this from anywhere.
Joseph, DM inspiration for remembering that for me.
Yay! I already
So-
had it actually.
So what's
Ah.
wrong with me?
I'll throw in another one. Don't worry.
So instead of doing like one of the disadvantage on this and this and this, I'm giving you one of the character flaw ones. And what you got was, I am the smartest, wisest, strongest, fastest, and most beautiful person I know.
Oh, fuck.
How is that a flaw? I'm the most beautiful person imaginable. That's not a flaw at all.
The same as before.
Yeah,
because it's
pretty close.
self-perceived. It's
I know.
self-perceived.
I know. Oh, that's the
So,
deal.
so
right. Fuck. I'm gonna have to put this in.
I will, if you like roleplay it well, I'll let others notice, and there are ways to fix it.
I mean, we have a cleric
Great restoration.
who can
Yeah,
fix it.
calm emotions works, lesser restoration, remove curse,
okay.
blah 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 blah.
Madness, colon,
But calm emotions work already.
thinks she's a Mary... Is a Mary Sue. Is a Mary Sue. Self-perceived only.
She is the fastest, strongest, most beautiful, most gifted person she knows.
True.
Madness, self-perceived Mary Sue. Brackets. I'm going to hate role-playing this.
God, so you want to really hope that cleric notices soon.
Yeah, since she has the madness, as she's receiving the door and gives it to the peer pressure, she's like, "Well, I suppose that's the strongest here. I did carry it."
Yeah.
Just like I carry the group.
You do a good amount of work. Thanks, friend.
I mean, considering that Kamehameha, yeah.
Yeah, you did a lot.
yeah, I mean, I couldn't move in that fight.
God damn it! Above game.
Look, that's what you get for fingering the ring.
Look, Luminal noticed that things are wrong with you eventually.
I couldn't think of another way of getting out.
Look, I think of this as a partial reward. You get
Yeah.
rewarded for doing something really funny and smart with a
Yeah.
punishment.
Let's just go gather everyone up, put them in the tavern, and keep an eye on them to make sure they recover well.
Speaking of looking for people, one thing I was wondering earlier today, fucking partial Squidward boy who was transforming into a mind flayer. If I go and check on him,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
got the ball from him. Where was he?
He would have been in the same place because you previously had tied him down.
yes, but is he still mind flayery, or because all of the Far Realm stuff, when we plugged it, all of the Far Realm stuff and tentacles and things that were all over the place began to wither and disappear? Via's curiosity is, has the same happened to him? Or because we've took the thing away, took the core away, has he just gone full Squidward?
Okay, so if you go and check on him, because of weird circumstances of what happened, you would notice that he looks weird, but in a good way. Like, now, instead of looking half jumbled, horrible mess, he essentially, you recall like the way that the quotation marks tattoo is on Lumen. There's like the same sort of thing on half of his body.
Is my weird tattoo thing still there? I mean, I know I can't see it, but I'll try
I
and
mean,
get.
if you ask, Via will look. Is it?
I mean, it would make sense you asking when you say, "Oh, is this what you meant my thing's like?"
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, so I can see it on him. Okay.
So he's just purple now, and a bit
half
and
purple.
a bit rubbery. His skin's got a weird like texture to it.
But like otherwise, he looks pretty much normal. He is
nice.
currently unconscious as well, though.
But yeah, scoop him up, bring him to the tavern.
I think we should just leave him here just in case.
I mean,
He
you
hasn't
tied.
completely turned back yet.
Oh wait, yeah,
I mean,
you tied him to a chair, not the bed. You tied the orb to the bed. I was gonna say you tied him to the bed. You can just lie there.
He's still tied. He's still tied to a chair, and if we want to keep an eye on him, we should bring him to where everyone else is, so he can keep an eye on everyone. we don't want to, because like we don't want him just to be here and like if you are right, he might wake up, break out of his bindings, and then just go on a rampage in the like wilds.
Okay, so we take him back to there, but we keep him bound in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, just in case. But
Yeah, we
Oh.
can't have him in the room, one isolated room, so he can't
Yeah.
easily. People
can-
can't touch him and stuff in case this is.
Felix,
transferred
Felix
somehow.
is just like, so we're bringing the chair as well, I guess.
yeah.
Sure.
Via is the strongest. Do you want to live now?
We can put it on with shoulders and have like a leg each, like the coffin meme.
Yeah.
Look, we're allowed to enjoy ourselves a little bit, just a little bit, as a treat.
Am I allowed to enjoy myself? Can I go stab gnomes?
You only know of one gnome, and you have been told not to touch that gnome.
Sadness.
Or are the other gnomes in the village dead?
Oh wait, no, he does.
I've seen multiple gnomes in this
you're...
village. I'd stalked the entire place.
No, you're absolutely right. You know fuckloads of gnomes. I am wrong in this case. And that's real bad for them. Technically, then, Graham, the answer to your question is yes. Yes, you can go and do that.
Actually, I forget if you've answered this, but what would Murder do if she was permanently turned into a full gnome?
Permanently?
Yeah.
Stab himself.
Yeah.
Just instant suicide.
Right, I must end it now. Seppuku.
I have
What
become the
happens
one thing that my god detests. I must make up for this.
What happens if you enter the cycle of reincarnation but always come back as a gnome?
That would just be hell.
No, that would be brilliant. You'd be able to get loads of free hills.
Yeah, but the cycle of reincarnation, I'm reborn as a baby, right?
Yes.
So in theory, wouldn't know that they had been a kobold that hated gnomes in a previous life, unless they like somehow awoke to those memories. At which point
For
they
the
would kill
rule of
themselves.
funny, you do remember.
Oh, not even rule of funny. Like, he legitimately Murdertha is the chosen of a god. So, they get certain benefits others don't.
I'm not sure if it's a benefit if you're a newborn knowing that you hate your form.
Just keep stabbing with the gnome stabber till the numbers are done, and then hope that my god will have pity on me and turn me back when they're free.
Like,
certain benefit is that he commits suicide 2,000 times.
Just like news would spread, like there are so many gnome babies killing themselves.
So many gnome babies manifesting a large spear and stabbing themselves while still like in the crib.
Really odd. Just keeps going.
And see, people might argue, oh, well, that shouldn't count towards, like, the kills. But realistically, what you're actually doing is way worse. Because you're, like, significantly stunting the birth rate.
Also, if Murdertha can kill himself with the manifested spear as a newborn, he probably can also kill the parents and potential siblings. So that's
a good
family
point.
Family after family.
So what you're describing is a horror movie.
It does depend how fast he reincarnates, though. Because I
Sorry,
think
it's the. Did you hear about the family annihilation that happened? They had a new baby, and then all of a sudden they were all killed by a spear, and no one knows where the spear has gone or who could have killed them.
It's like every year a random gnome family dies because a baby shows up with a spear and just kills them all.
Sadly, by law, I think kobold reincarnation's actually very fast.
Yeah, but that's also because kobolds reproduce quite fast, right?
I think gnomes take a bit longer, right?
Once every week, my soul is put into like a new baby that's being born, and then I appear. The family dies. It's like, wow, this is really efficient. Actually, maybe this was the best thing after all.
Yeah, I think once a week sounds fair.
Yeah, soon every gnome family of child
it's just like
age will be dead.
Oh my god, I just had a hilarious thought.
The gnome families stop having babies because it just becomes a thing of like, if you have children, you die.
Yeah, but I had a hilarious thought. Joseph's character ends up with the gnome in this town, and they have a kid, and it becomes you, and it's like, this is awkward.
Yeah, that is the only problem of what if one of the people in the gnome family is like powerful enough where they can defeat the baby.
Well, you're hoping that the the moment of surprise where they don't expect a baby to stab them with a manifested spear.
Yeah, but it's and like there's definitely people who are strong enough to survive being stabbed by a spear. So it's like eventually you encounter one of the like dads who's like, "What the fuck is happening to my baby?"
Well,
Anyway,
imagine the baby just kills the
No,
rest of the family and
it's fine,
itself.
Christian. This conversation's happening while we're carrying the chair.
fair enough.
Oh, so yeah. We'll
But
put
yeah, like
in some
that father goes on to try and hunt for the next reincarnation of the baby to stop the problem, and it becomes like a weird cat and mouse game.
Okay,
Oh,
Graham, I'm going to give you this option.
Mhm.
They haven't rounded up everyone in town yet. In the
Mhm.
in the time while they're like going house to house and getting people, I say you could definitely kill at least one gnome.
So I could like sneak off in a different direction, get one gnome. Would I have time to like hide the body?
You would be able, you would have time to hide the body, but not the evidence of the murder.
so like there'll be some blood, but the body won't be there.
Correct.
So the real question is, do I think if they find a position where there's been a murder and there's a gnome missing, that they'll just decide it was me that did it?
I already know what the rules for that are.
The answer would definitely be yes. They would just assume it was me that did it. Hmm.
That's not technically the answer I have.
Give me a second. Odds I kill that gnome. Evens I don't kill that gnome. Gnome dead.
Okay. Could everyone else roll me a D100?
Oh, not another one.
The winner's whoever gets the highest.
Six.
I say winner.
Probably gonna be Newt.
6, too absorbed in ourselves to notice.
Makes sense.
And Zamla.
Let's see. Hope to God. It's D100 like everyone else's?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
please.
Okay, just a straight up D100. Nothing. Come on, Lord! Okay, there. My mouse wasn't.
So yeah, the winner is the 88.
No, Graham, you don't roll. You don't have to roll for do you find the murder scene.
I mean, I find the person. Oh god, there's been a murder.
So in that case then, basically
It's been a murder. Wipes blood off spear hastily.
Newt, you would be the one who you would go into a house, like, looking for any people, and you would just see, like, a big blood splatter with no bodies or anything in the house.
How fresh.
It seems pretty fresh. Like, it's not like a dried stain or anything.
Do I know who lived here?
Not currently, no.
I leave the house and say to one of my closest friends, guys, there might be something killing some of the helpless people, so we should probably be fast about this. Maybe some, I don't know, rabbit dogs? There's blood in here, but I don't know.
Okay, we'll take a look at that. Our first priority is, you're right, get everyone to the tavern where they'll be safe, and then
Yes,
we'll
let's get everyone to safety. I say.
Is there any blood on Meredith?
Everyone,
there-
On the
everyone,
blood red armor?
There is no more blood than usual.
yeah, everyone give me a disadvantage insight except Murdertha.
I mean,
Oh.
there would be fresh blood, which would be slightly unusual, but
13.
See.
flat 7.
Perception would also work on this, but I just wanted insight.
Aw, I'm much better at perception.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's asked for insight.
So we're
Zamla?
more looking at suspicious behavior from...
Yes!
Yeah,
Get fucked, everyone.
It's a mix that you're looking for suspicious behavior, and no one notices that the spear is slightly shinier than normal.
To be fair, I would probably be too caught up on like, oh, if there's something bad attacking people, we should probably get everyone to safety really quickly.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree, Lumen. We
Yeah.
should really get all of these villagers to safety,
Yeah, now
especially the non-gnomes.
you definitely could kill another gnome, but this time, if you try to do it in this now rush period, someone will catch you.
I will not attempt another gnome. I know when my limits have been reached.
Excellent.
Unless.
Unless.
No.
So yeah, you like completed even quicker than before now. Everyone rushing around, everyone on guard. You don't seem to notice any other like signs of activity anywhere.
That's good. It probably
Are
means
any
whatever this has like moved off, but now now that like everyone's safe-ish inside of the tavern, someone should stay to monitor them, and like we should break up into two teams: people to go and check out this body, and some people to stay here and keep everyone safe. And
are
Go and investigate the scene. I'm sure I'll find out what was the cause.
okay? I'll stay with the people and
yeah,
check
I'm,
them for other like similar marks as the guy with the half face
it
and
makes sense. It
Lumen.
makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense for like the clerics to stay here and like help everyone, and me and Via can head off and stuff. Samla, who do you want to go with?
Hmm.
Do you want to help us investigate this weird patch of blood, or stay here and help defend against whatever is attacking the people?
I guess I could help defend the people.
Sure. I'll follow Via to help with this investigation of.
What
Do you wish me
horrors
to help with the
occurred?
investigation? I have great powers of perception, or I could stay here and protect people with my holy ability and heal them just in case.
Yeah, I mean you're a cleric, so like as I said before, I thought you were gonna like heal the people and like keep them
Yeah,
safe.
yeah, it makes sense for the healers to stay here and look after any of the
I mean,
injured.
I'm not against it. You can come if you want.
No, no, it's fine. As you said, that my place should be here with the people.
Yeah.
Felix will probably go along with the two of you because
Oh no, Felix.
they
I know.
can't really like help with that any of the stuff in there, so they don't want to be in the way.
Why do I just assume that the first thing Felix is gonna do is go to the crime scene and just start licking up the blood?
Yum, 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 yum. This is very
I kind of
fresh.
assumed he was gonna fall and just end up in the blood. Like,
Well, that's a special surprise for you when he gets back.
So yeah, I guess we
Felix,
go.
Felix, you should stay in between me. Felix, you should stay in between me and Lumen, because if whatever did the attack is still out there, they're probably going to go after one of us if we're in front or behind you.
Picks up a rock off the floor. Don't worry, guys. I'll protect you.
Yeah,
Head
sorry,
pats. He
wait, no,
gives head pats.
wait, Via, your insanity makes you say that you are the best ever.
Yeah, Sophia's just like, oh, I'll take front. I'll protect everybody. Despite the fact that she's been in the background the whole time
Lumen's
that you've
just
known her.
Lumen just like shrugs. Okay, I guess. Oh, you have the
Wow,
divination back.
Via's really taking the initiative. This is great.
Yeah.
Does he not get an insight?
I mean, it's not out of the ordinary yet.
I mean,
It's at the
She's-
point.
so far she's been very meek and very much in the background, only to very occasionally fire a Kamehameha out over people's shoulders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is like the first point someone might be starting the thingy on, but I don't think it would be enough for an insight yet.
Like it's a
Yeah.
little odd, but it's just Via's walking in front, which isn't.
Still,
It kind of makes
she's
sense because she
very.
has the
She's,
divination magic. So
yeah,
it
but
makes sense that
you're
we're-
walking behind and you're noticing she's walking weirdly confidently.
It's like, maybe she just got out on the right side of the bed this morning. I mean, it's
the
definitely
right
something
side of
Lumen
the
will-
insane nightmare dream world.
It's definitely something Lumen will take note of, but
Hmm.
like, it's not suspicious enough in and of itself yet to warrant a like. You've completely changed as a person.
So, the three of you us arrive at the house.
Or Felix is also
Wait, who's going to the house? I thought it was.
Via, Lumen, Zamla, Felix.
I thought
Yeah.
that. Well, I
I thought
thought.
Zamla was
Amla's
staying.
staying with at the tavern
Oh, okay.
to defend everybody.
Okay.
So it's just the
Right.
three of us.
Just
Mm.
I guess I
three of
roll.
us.
I'm gonna try and investigate this patch of blood.
Sure, give me an investigation.
Yeah.
Also give me at the same time a what's it called? Medicine.
I do quite.
Mm.
I'm very good at
Using
investigating. I'm
Very
not
bad
good.
at medicine. You're right. You can
borrowed,
tell this is blood.
borrowed knowledge plus guidance.
Like I'm very good at investigation.
Oh,
Like I probably will be able to figure out which way they were
really?
killed. And
Really?
hopefully you can do well at the medicine. Medicine. See,
One second.
if I pass the investigation and you do the medicine, then we've together done it really. Oh yeah, Felix needs to roll.
Oh, you're right. Felix should roll, not give advantage or anything. I agree. 'Cause-
Oh yeah, see, as a team, we've done really well.
oh, what do you get?
And
That's pretty
Via's
good.
been
Yeah,
Via's been too full of herself to ask for the help action.
I got the 25 on investigation. You
What
got the 18 on medicine.
what were they? Are they int and whiz?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's +1 and +2 for Felix.
Felix doesn't actually do that bad.
Nice, yeah,
Not
he does
not
pretty
good enough, but not bad. Okay. Let's see. 70.
Oh,
So
fuck, we haven't rested. I have basically no spell slots. What the fuck? Spent that many slots on healing last session.
thankfully there doesn't seem to be any dangers around right now.
It's fine. I do have
As
spell
far as
slots
you
and
know.
I do have spell slots and means to do stuff.
So yeah, basically the 25 for the investigation. You're like checking. You look at the area where the incident occurred, and then you go and you check like the rest of the house. You don't really find any signs of struggle elsewhere. In fact, you don't really see any signs of struggle where the assumed murder occurred.
Is there any trace of which direction the body was taken in?
Blood
Uh,
streaks.
Are there
streak-
streak marks or even drops of blood in other places that might lead us to somewhere a body was hastily stashed?
Graham, roll me an advantage stealth.
Yes, I will roll you an advantage stealth once my roll 20 works again. Advantage.
Because my initial assumption is
Ooh,
there's
I'm
not
bad
a
at
body here, and so like a beast would have just torn them apart.
Th-
Wow.
there's a
Wow.
really obvious trail leading to the front door.
There's bloody footsteps that lead direct.
You know what? With
My
that kind of
average is
stuff,
16.
yes.
That was
Oh,
so
did it
bad.
cobalt shaped?
And with the 25 in investigation, you at least know, like from the tread, that it's some kind of like good tread boot, like an actual boot or like a welly or something like that.
But is
Okay.
like a size 2 on a regular humanoid.
It is
Can
a
I-
small size shoe.
Yeah, can I determine the weight from the depth of the prints
Uh,
of the person who left them?
Well, there won't be depth if they're on a floor in a house.
Yeah.
Well, I
But-
assume he's treading mud outside.
Alright, yeah. Is that where the blood trail goes?
yeah, it does go outside.
Okay.
Because Andrew said it went to the door, so I assumed it continued outside.
Which
Unless Meredith took off.
I'm imagining Lumen, but whichever you feels like it, give me an advantage investigation.
I will go for that. Double 16.
Okay.
Modified 20.
Yeah, you do find like it's hard to track the prints because you assume they might be quite light or they were good at hiding their tracks. You're not really sure, but you eventually do find a body stuck, like half buried, stuck in a bush.
Just a leg hanging out.
Oh no! I start digging the person, like the body up.
God, that stealth roll from Great.
So bad. Why did you make me roll and not just take my average?
I take it.
And then
I take it. An 18 medicine is like, yep, it's death by stab wound.
Yeah, you. I was essentially holding the medicine for depending on what happened.
piercing blow from a spear.
You can definitely tell that they were pierced through the heart. It was a surprisingly quick death, you imagine.
Yeah, Via's just like, at least they would have went quick. Whoever killed them did so somewhat mercifully, kind of.
Elsewhere, Murder says like, I wish I'd hit them in the lungs.
He's like, I missed.
I mean, I had to kill them so that they didn't. I had to kill them quickly so they didn't scream and everyone didn't find out.
Actually, with that modified 20 of you, it would just be like, would actually be, so stabs them through the heart, which means they can't scream. Smart.
Man, if only I'd had 5 more minutes to finish the burial.
It's just like the joke of they're like, the upper half of them is buried, the lower half isn't. Just legs sticking out of the ground.
But looks at Lumen. This implies that it wasn't an animal, and whoever did it must still be here.
I mean, yeah, an animal that we would have seen like gore at the scene if it was an animal. Like an
I mean-
animal would have probably at least left some cracked bones.
It was definitely Abigail.
It's almost definitely not an animal. I've been looking for the last 2 days and I haven't found any.
Yeah,
It
I
all
mean,
depends what the DM planned when he decided on the murder.
it's some form of where. Yes, this is all Andrew.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah, an animal. I didn't
Yeah,
even
I mean,
think
like
of that.
I didn't get to plan any of the murder. Like,
So it's
You would also very obviously know there's no chunks missing from the body or anything that would indicate like it's partially eaten or anything.
yeah.
I-
So
is there any like equipment or valuables or anything left on them which would imply it was a robbery? And if they've still got stuff like that on them, it would imply that it was just for the kill.
Would Murder Thav?
I took nothing. No, I don't take stuff from gnomes.
Okay, fair enough. So they wouldn't have like much on them, but they would still like they'd have like a wedding ring and
yeah, they'd
a
have their coin
necklace.
purse and stuff.
Yeah, and like they've got like, let's say 2 silver on them.
All right, so their motivation wasn't like they just hated either this person for some reason was the
Yeah,
motive for the kill.
It
They were
wasn't a
also killed.
robbery.
They were also killed by a small, light person with a spear, and the victim is a gnome.
Yeah, Via's just giving you the. We know what this is.
And Felix is nodding like, yes. Damn, I can't think of any suspects. Let's go back and ask the others if they can think of anyone.
Head pats Felix, but it's still looking at Lumen like, you know what this means, right?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty. It's getting very hard to deny that murder probably came in here and killed this person while they were unconscious on the floor.
What? Mereditha
And
wouldn't
then
do
tried
that.
to hide the
Mereditha's
body.
lovely. Says
Meredith-
Felix.
Very nice to people who aren't gnomes.
They saved
The
my
only-
life.
The only issue is Meredith is quite mean to people who are gnomes, and it's very hard for me to forgive someone who's just killed an innocent person. It's exceedingly difficult for me to do that.
Yeah,
But
as
No,
much
he's
good
never
as
nasty to Abigail. She scratched me behind the ears.
as much good as he has done for us, it's hard to justify just turning a blind eye to this.
Yeah. Via, you see an emotion come across Lumen that is you've never seen Lumen feel this way before, but it's definitely just very dark.
Ah, time to kill the younglings.
Yeah. Puts hand on your shoulder. You alright? No, not everyone's as pure as you might like, Lumen. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
Oh well, I suppose we should head back and confront him about this.
Right. So what you're planning on next is like heading back.
Yep.
All right. Back in the inn
Can I look for one last thing?
or slash tavern. What? Yeah. What you looking for?
Anything in the house that might identify the person? Because you said that they've got a wedding ring on. Sophia's like, ah, fuck, they had a family.
You would at least know. You don't find anything like any records or anything, but you do find that it looks like someone else lived there as well. But
Also,
like are there like a family photo or something?
there would be a photo of the person.
Photos don't exist in this world.
portrait.
A
Portraits.
magical painting.
Yeah,
That's
might-
very
might be-
accurate.
one of those Harry Potter
bard
ones
came-
that moves.
A
Fuck
bard came
those.
through. A bard came through town and said, "Hey, watch this."
I mean, technically, it is their wedding photo, so it is an exception of this is actually something that would be important enough to, well, like paint or whatever.
Also, I'll
I
bring
know I
their-
am.
I'll bring their body back to the house, cover it with a like white sheet or just anything I can find, and say a quick prayer for them, and
Wait.
then head off.
But yes,
yeah.
basically, you see only evidence of them potentially having a husband.
Yeah, Via will take note of the person in the photo so that if she sees them, she can like break the news. And again, it's just like trying to comfort Lumen a little bit as while helping to move the cover of the body up and move it, just gives a little utterance of a new star will be born tonight. So
Yeah,
don't worry, death wasn't for nothing.
I'm sure they're in a better place now.
Ah, why
Yes,
am I
Kel.
in the hells? Cuts back to the party. They apparently did something real bad. So
No, it turns out they just-
it's kobold hell.
No, it turns out they just chose to venerate like an evil deity.
They've been. Via finds a shrine to Merkle in their cupboard. She
No.
opens the cupboard. Nope. Shuts it again.
They're a really nice person, but they choose to venerate an evil god. Oh,
Yeah. We're over here just helping out the villagers, being all nice to everybody, avoiding all the gnomes.
But yeah, then I guess I'll start heading back.
okay, in the tavern, can you give me like the gist of what you were planning?
I was going to use my alchemy jug and not give everybody mayonnaise, but give everybody water.
Mhm.
Wow.
Not
and
mayonnaise, but water.
fresh
Can eat
water to specify, not salt water. And see if I can get anybody to wake up and try it with the healing word as well. See if
Mhm.
that does anything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wander around and like look at people and see if I can like see in their eyes and see what's going on and see if there's anything from the way that we were being helped that could be used to like wake people up.
Yeah.
Okay, and what is Zamla doing? Excellent.
Zamla.
Owen.
And off, I've been talking this whole fucking time, like the last session. Okay, whilst at one point when everyone was doing their own things, Zamla left the inn and he's now looking for seed pods.
Excellent.
Sure,
Can I make a nature check?
go ahead.
Ah, shit. Oh well.
I'm gonna give you 11 of what you notice is, as far as you can tell, a lot of the plants and things, like the ones that you can see that are seeding and stuff, seem to have like mutated.
Yeah. Oh.
Like you really can't tell in what way, but not in the growing tentacles. Whatever has happened has caused a mutation in all of the plants.
Huh. Okay, I'm going to take some of the mutated plants and I'm going to ritual cast purify food and drink on them.
Sure.
Hello?
Yeah, that's fine.
And then I'm gonna eat them and see what happens.
You eat them and they have like, they do have a weird taste to them.
But I'm not dead.
No, you are not dead. Actually, no, wait a
Can you-
minute. No. You like the taste of them.
I collect a bunch more and cast purify food and drink on them, ritual cast.
Yeah.
And then I go back inside. How many weird seed pods do I have?
Let's say, roll me 2d20s.
Then he slowly turned into a plant-based mind flayer.
There you go. You get 30.
Yeah, but I removed the toxins, so it's okay.
A healthy plant-based mind flayer?
So yeah, you've got 30 Far Realm influenced buds.
I've returned, everybody. How are you all doing as I go back into the inn?
Okay, so when you return into the inn, you return to like a scene of chaos. As I'm imagining how the two party members who are there respond. As the two party members are holding two people back from each other who've just woke up and were aggressively trying to kill each other.
Do you require my assistance?
Wait, what?
What?
Do you require my
So
assistance?
people woke up and
Uh,
no, but I didn't get the description. So people woke up
Yeah.
and they lunged for each other.
Yeah, the first
Okay,
couple of people woke up and immediately lunged for each other.
I'll grab one. You grab the other.
Yeah,
Sure. Are you just like keeping
try to
hold of
tie
them?
them down, I guess.
Yeah, just like shift them away, and then like see what try and work out what's going on.
Also, Andrew, I will send Bet the Bat out to do a quick sweep of the town just in case we've missed anyone or we find another like very light creature wielding a spear with a vendetta against.
Okay.
Just in
No-
case, because
Low key hoping.
Lumen will hope. Lumen will hope.
Just to check, was one of the people who woke up anybody who I healed or just a random person?
Let's have it as one of the persons, people that you healed.
Okay. So I'm under the
the-
impression that that does at least help somewhat.
Yeah, the ones that wake up first were ones that were like treated most.
Okay.
But you is basically all you do is like try to hold them down and all that and calm them and stuff.
Yeah, hold them down. Tie, if needs be, tie them so they can't, and tie them to something.
Okay.
I guess
As
if we can't get through to them verbally.
as you're like doing all that, you start noticing like other people in the tavern not waking up but like stirring. And after like a little bit of time, you notice that the two people who are awake calm down, and you get an explanation that they don't see the other person as a person. They see them as like a horrific aberration and thought that was like what had attacked them maybe.
So, did any of them have any of the marks that we saw on the half face? Because I said that earlier, but it might have gone under. That I was looking for also for people to have similar tattoos that we are seeing on the half face guy at Lumen.
If you were doing like a cursory glance in the time, you would have
Mostly just exposed skin,
Yes.
but yeah, just looking everywhere and not like tear their clothes off, but just have a quick look.
Yeah, cursory glance of like visible flesh, you would notice little marks on like the occasional person.
Okay.
So less of like patterned and more of just like a small splatter of paint sort of thing.
Do I see bigger ones on the ones that think themselves or think of each other as monstrosities, or
Not as far as you can tell.
can you guys hear each other properly? As in, like, is that distorted? Like, do you just hear garble garble, or
I-
are you actually hearing words from the other?
now that the two of them have like calmed down and are actually perceiving, they can understand each other.
Okay.
It was like a case of they both woke up, both were in a panic, and both were screaming at each other.
And still, both of you look to each other like monstrosity.
Yes.
Okay, so we can tell you that perception is fucked at the moment. Yeah. So it's in your head, which doesn't make it better.
You get the feeling that as all the people around you are starting to wake up, like, oh, I'm gonna have to explain this to all these people.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. But like, basically, I tell murder fans, I'm like, okay, go to everybody who looks like they're going to wake up. Have them focus you. Tell them that they have to expect to see a lot of monstrosities, but it's all an illusion. Just have to listen for voices that are familiar.
Okay.
Everything is okay-ish.
Okay, everybody I go to, I'm like, okay, you're gonna see a lot of monsters. Don't worry about it. They're not real.
Okay, so skip back over at the other half of the party where some time has passed and the lovely party of three are you're like near the tavern, and then you suddenly like are hearing like smashing bottles and like yelling and stuff from inside.
I guess I start rushing inside.
Yeah, while we're also carrying a person, but Vias is like, I'm 90. I'm like 90% sure there wasn't more gnomes there.
There were definitely more gnomes in the town.
When you get inside the building, you see a scene of chaos where you see your friends trying to calm people down. You see like two people on either side of a table with like a smashed glass trying to stab each other. And you see other people like just rocking on the floor.
Everybody sit down and face the walls. Do not look at each other. Looking at each other causes problems.
Goes through the door again. The madness ticking. Thaumaturgy on own vocal cords. Silence! And screams at the rest of the room. But with
All of the
thaumaturgy
room
too.
turn their smashed glass bottles at you, but they're all paying attention.
Do
What?
not be too hasty.
Okay, the thaumaturgy is off. Why are you all at each other's throats?
They immediately like panic, realizing that to them they've took their eyes off the mind flayer abomination that was right there, and
Everyone panic.
everyone panics.
Some don't believe us. They all see each other as monsters, but and some have struggled, like have struggled to just like sit back and try to calm down a little bit and actually listen to people.
You for the most part have like convinced most people, but there's like a couple of stragglers who are like, no, I know what I can see. This is all some sort of trick.
It's
Lumen
not
will...
any tricks, it's just illusions. Take this for example. Fia snaps her fingers, uses disguise self to make herself look like Felix. See, if I can do this, then but this is just an illusion. Anything else can do it. Snaps her fingers, turns back to normal.
Oh, and you actually were perfect for a second.
I'm going to like silent image a gnome doing a silly dance.
Okay. Any gnome in
Ho-
particular?
Hopefully the confusion will settle them down.
Any gnome in particular?
No, just
Just a generic gnome.
generico the gnome.
Yeah, I like him.
Gnome.
You like manifest that on the table between the two of them, and both are just perplexed by like, what the fuck. So currently,
Actually,
like,
no, but I don't dismiss. I don't dismiss the illusion. I just keep him dancing.
So like there's still like a couple of people like arguing stuff, but like you've currently distracted the two people that were like being the most violent. And everyone is like really
I will.
confused about this dancing gnome.
I am
I'll
trying to get people to like face the walls so they stop looking at each other to like cause the problems.
Yeah,
I will approach the violent people and like try and separate them and put them like in different rooms and just have them like cool off.
Yeah, like Via will go up to people who have been violent and go, do you see that one as a monster? And if they say yes, Via will be like, okay, you go into that room, you go into that room, and try to separate people who are like seeing each other as monsters and those that aren't.
if you keep up what you're doing as is, basically, it takes a little while, but you eventually, with like only the most minor of injuries to people, you manage to eventually calm everyone down.
Okay.
And then the two people who were fighting with the bottles and had like actually hurt each other are like really guilty about it.
I will then go back over to Murtha and I will just ask, hey Murtha,
Yeah?
did you kill the gnome that lived at the house where we found the blood?
Come on,
Oh, the horrifying cultist. Yeah, I took care of it for us.
Oh, I did. Literally, Felix didn't get to say before Murtha just said that. No, come on, Murtha, tell them that you've not done anything bad. So
Yeah,
Really?
I was checking the town earlier, and I found that that guy was a horrific cultist, and I used the fact that everyone was down to like get rid of him before anyone else could notice.
Did we find anything that would suggest that at his house, Andrew?
I mean, I joked about a shrine, but it was a joke.
True.
yeah,
I-
Andrew?
that in case was a joke. I mean, like, unless they're like part of a like cult to do with marriage, you don't think you found any. You would have like seen some like because you were like actually digging through their things and stuff. You would have found probably some like religious things to do with like
Probably the god of farming
yeah
would be my
the,
guess. Because
there's like a shrine to the god of farming. They did have like some holy things with like the images of glitter gold on it and stuff like that.
Lumen will say they were very innocent. They weren't involved in any cults.
No, no, they were definitely involved in a cult.
They were not.
They were.
You killed an innocent person.
No, they were a horrifying cultist.
You're not even remotely guilty about it.
No, not at all.
We
Lumen will.
appear to have come to a disagreement.
Yeah,
What does everybody else in the party think about it?
Felix is very upset about this argument happening.
Via is keeping like eyes fixed on Murderthab and has something ready for if you guys come to blows.
I thought all gnomes are evil.
Gnomes
Most
aren't
of
evil.
they're all evil
Not
by
on-
nature, but this one was particularly a cultist. I wasn't allowed to touch any of the ones that weren't like actively doing evil.
No, not all
Via
gnomes
will,
are evil.
Via will point out to Newt. Do you look?
What?
Yeah, she's just shaking her head, going, "No, they're not," but like not being vocal about it.
Well, why would Murdertha lie to me?
Yeah, but remember, that nice gnome took us in, and we could stay at her house.
That is true.
To
She
give us-
says from the other side of the room, "Yeah, I did."
See, she's even here.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I thought you'd gone back to your house.
No, they know that they don't know what, but they know some fucking weird shit has happened, and they were too scared to go there alone.
They did take you in.
This is confusing.
That's because gnomes can be good, but
They can do nice things.
Murdertha has done a
They can
very
go against their
bad.
nature.
Murdertha has killed an innocent person.
I've not killed anyone who's innocent.
He killed that gnome.
They weren't innocent. They were a horrifying cultist.
We went through their house. They didn't have any cult shrines. Just a wedding photo.
I mean, you definitely missed it. Like I was stalking the village while you were all doing. I don't know what you were doing, and I
Because I was
saw
stalking the village.
and I
So-
saw
so
their
you
cult
all-
activity.
So you openly admit you were looking for things to kill.
I was checking for signs of evil. I don't know what's wrong with
Okay,
that.
what cult do they belong to?
So you know the cult that I found in whatever the city was we started this, and I can't remember the name of it right now.
Neverwinter.
Neverwinter.
Yeah. So the cult that I found in Neverwinter, they had the same symbols on them.
What's the symbol?
I described the symbol that our DM never fully described to me.
Yeah. The symbol they use is like a more radical version of like gold glitter gold symbol, but like over I can't remember what the word is. What's it called when you scribble on another religious symbol?
The face.
Yes. It clearly looks like it's specifically trying to deface the Kurtlemark symbol underneath it.
Yeah,
I
we didn't
described
find
that.
anything like that at their house or on their person.
You must not have searched very well.
We found regular glitter gold symbology.
Did you look closely at it?
Yeah.
Because it was definitely not regular glitter gold symbology.
I'm pretty good at my religions. I would probably notice if it was changed or perverted or defaced.
In fact,
I don't think you're all that good at religions.
it seemed like
I
you
am
mostly
great at
cared-
religions.
I don't
I'm
think you're very good at
impressed.
religions.
May I just interject that the thing that Andrew just described is basically a gold nugget smashing a gnome skull.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is a bit funny as a
true.
radical gnome splinter group.
Yeah, so what they've done is they've actually like tidied up the gnome and made it look nice.
Oh, but yeah, no. They seem to mostly care about the god of farming.
Oh, that's just a cover.
I don't think I can let you get away with this.
Get away with what?
Just murdering innocent gnomes.
I'm not. I'm following my god's commandments.
Is your god telling you to kill innocent gnomes?
Seek out evil gnomes, kill them. Yeah.
I think you should abandon your god.
No, I can't.
Oh.
I need to bring him back.
Ooh.
Your god seems to be telling you to do really evil stuff.
No, he's telling me to save him after the gnomes imprisoned us and killed all of our people.
Did that gnome kill all of your people?
He was his cult were involved.
Yeah, but he didn't do anything.
Yeah, he did.
He was just... No, he didn't. He just stayed here and farmed.
Are you sure about that?
Pretty sure.
I
He
think
didn't
you're
seem
wrong.
like he was a powerful adventurer.
Can
Or
anybody
he's
speak
got-
with dead?
Mm.
Uh,
Else?
No.
If there were any flies present at the time they died, I could talk to them.
That's what I was
That's
getting at.
fucking creepy.
That's what I'm getting at Lumen about, because I could do that as well. But I haven't found a single creature other than humanoid since we got here.
Good
Can
memory.
we talk to bacteria?
I think that's a
if
stretch.
you can find it.
I don't think the bacteria are... I think A, they can't really speak.
B,
Not
they're
really
also
good enough
too small for you to be able to like.
Exactly.
They're technically not animals, at least
Yeah.
not from our classification.
Okay, we found some bacteria. I teach it thaumaturgy.
So can yell at you.
Okay. We go the Phoenix Wright route. Was there a parrot in the room at the time,
No. That would...
or a goldfish in a bowl?
Okay, here's what we know is... All we know is that the victim doesn't seem to have anything, like, that they have guilty other than they worshipped this glitter gold character who, in and of itself, I don't see that as a crime. And the only other evidence we have is that Murdertha's admitted to the crime, and all of the evidence corroborates that someone
I'm
of
sorry, could
Murdertha's
you tell me
build,
that last
height,
part?
and weapon did the crime.
I'm
Does
sorry,
the
could you tell me that last part, what you just said?
Uh, the whole Murdertha admitted openly to killing the person.
I can see you don't believe in me, and I maybe I'm not meant to be part of this party, and I like start
does
to
the
walk towards the back door.
wait. Does the gnome stabber count non-evil gnomes?
No, it only counts evil gnomes.
See?
I believe it counts all gnomes.
You within the party, obviously outside of Murdertha, you don't have an answer to that.
Can I
But you obviously
investigate the
can
weapon to figure it out?
you
Because
can
it's a magical item, and
you can
I know
try.
shit.
Yeah, you're at least the best person in the
I
party
will
to do
not
that.
step away or do anything like when you approach me. I'm not.
I could identify the weapon theoretically.
I think we all could at this point.
Yeah, we could. I was just going to check like Arcana at first and then identify it. That's possible.
Again, you're probably the best one in the party to
I
do a board
will.
game.
I
V, I
will
think she's the best
consent.
at the moment.
I will
to do that.
consent to Newt's investigation because I don't
Fine,
think I've done
bring it
anything
on.
wrong.
This is fairest.
So the gist of what you get from the investigation, Newt,
Yeah.
like overall is
Have you rolled it yet?
nah.
Just-
I'm
I'm so
letting
good I don't have to roll.
yeah
Oh,
I'm,
okay,
I'm
that's fine.
letting him have things because of his class.
Okay.
You can tell that it isn't just like obviously you like sort of believed what Murderth had said about what it was. You can tell that it is like far more powerful than it looks like it should be, and that it definitely has like an aura of the celestial. So you can come to the conclusion that it definitely does seem to be some sort of artifact from some celestial being. So that at least like does corroborate the things he said as it being like a thing given by his god.
Mm-hmm. Can I figure out the details,
Uh,
including a potential identify spell?
what details in particular?
What it does, when does it do it? Like, what are the requirements for any change on the weapon, and like basically in the end, when does it get a notch / when does the number go down?
How is that determined?
You would get a bunch like casting the identify and stuff. You would get a right different from like normal of like this is what it does and this is what it does. You get like a load of essentially like flowery wording of the power increases with the blood of the betrayers, and it doesn't like give you specific things. It's like annoyingly vague.
It's a god's rant about how they hate gnomes.
So it's
Yes.
kind of perception based. If you perceive somebody as one of the betrayers, it will probably work.
Yeah, you could assume something like that. But yes, what you said, Joseph, it definitely doesn't sound like you're reading an item description. You're reading a rant from
manifesto.
someone. Yeah. Is there anything else in particular you're going for?
No, not specifically. I mean, that's the main thing that was contested, so he wouldn't necessarily. I mean, he's still curious about how the thing works in general and what the enchantment on it is, but since it's celestial, I doubt he could replicate it in any way.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah, you definitely don't think without a certain level of help that you could replicate something similar.
without an angel close by.
When you think that, you remember, wait a minute, we do need an angel, don't we? We need to kill that stupid fucking book.
Oh yeah, and then we can make more of these weapons out of its bone.
I
No.
mean, it could probably just hand us some angelic weapons.
So from what I
I
can
also
tell,
I'm big on killing angels. I'm gonna put that right out there.
What, you're
You
not big on it, or you are big?
Yeah, I'm not big on killing angels.
I guess
What
it
if
depends
they're
on
a
who the
gnome?
angels follow, right?
What
If
if
they
what if
follow
they were a
Gal,
gnome angel?
Well, then it's up to my god to decide whether they have to die or not.
fair.
Yeah, Murderthar's whole thing is the mortal realm.
Fair. So I'm not sure.
Well, if it's
It-
perception based and Metatha assumes all gnomes to be evil.
No, he wouldn't have said that necessarily. That was more out of character clarification.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry,
Um,
I thought you were like
No,
muttering that
he
in
said
character
the
going,
specific description stuff.
perception based.
In character, the only thing he said so far is, "I'm not sure."
yeah, exactly. Um,
Okay,
so it does seem like it's targeted towards evil people, but it's not very specific on what constitutes an evil person.
a weapon is still a weapon regardless of its target. It's the wielder that decides what it gets used on. And we
Well,
don't know how many
depends.
notches it had in it.
If the magic, if it is enchanted to only get a notch when you poke a dragon, you wouldn't get anything from poking a lizard, even if you thought it was a dragon. But
That's true, but when its criteria is like evil's very subjective. Like
Evil is subjective, true, and it doesn't mean that it has any more notches in it than when this gnome got downed.
mass murderers might or people who believe that murder is great might think I'm evil because I don't like murder.
Oh no, you're perfectly like good that you don't like murder.
Yeah,
I appreciate that about you and think that it's one of your best properties.
yeah.
Sadly, I am like beholden to my task, and that is to kill those who are the reason my god is sealed, and the people who caused my race to suffer many problems.
It sounds like you got a bone to pick with the actual god more than the people who venerate them.
Oh, I do, but this is the only way for us to get to the god.
why?
I don't know.
Can Via make some sort of check to determine whether she knows whether or not that's 100% true? Because I'm sure that there are other ways to get to a god rather than just annihilate everyone who
Well, this is the
worships them.
key to unlocking my god, is what it means.
Yeah, the plan for Murdertha is
Unlock
freeze
my god.
Kurtlemak and then Kurtlemak helps kill Glitter Gold.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the plan.
Essentially, what's likely to happen is Cuttlemac free, big war start.
Via's just like, I'm sure there are more peaceful ways of doing that. Sounds like it sounds like the sort of thing someone would approach my dad about back in the day, actually.
Sadly, my war domain god can't it doesn't really think about those things.
Sadly, my god, that represents war doesn't really care for the things that aren't war.
Doesn't really care for diplomacy and strategy and
I'm
other
sure
things.
that
Well,
we
the
can
world's care
convince
with
them
strategy.
otherwise. It's only
They
been
do
how many
care about
years?
sneaky war and war that is sneaky.
Guerrilla tactics.
I mean, yeah, if someone managed to sneak in and kill their most hated enemy, they'd be like, fucking thumbs up, mate.
It would make it a lot
Those,
easier to free Kurtlemak if Glitter Gold just died.
those exact words. How did I get out? I killed God Glitter God. Oh, thumbs up, mate.
I mean, I do think of kobolds as being sort of Australian themed.
Nice.
I'm just waiting for Lumen to decide whether he kills me or not.
I can't let you go. I think you have to go somewhere. Mm.
Where can he go?
On my holy quest,
You're in another universe.
No, that's the big problem Lumen's facing is
none of these people are real as well.
there's not really a place that he can just send him to just try and get him to stop doing this?
The Abigail kind of like pipes in for a second, of like, I know this is probably not the best time to interject, but
Mm-hmm.
I can see there's like a big thing going on here, and the whole murdery gnome things is worrying, but
Oh, sorry.
Just what you said, Lumen, of like wanting to send somewhere, you reminded me. I totally forgot with everything that went on. I meant to tell you. Uh, Technically, I don't know where you might be able to send him because apparently there's a lot of shit going on.
Yep.
Like apparently half the people in Neverwinter are just gone,
Oh.
and the same's been said for other places.
How big is Neverwinter here?
Yeah, describe it.
Is it a city? Here?
They would give you a description that matches like roughly the place you had been.
So
Oh,
it's
okay.
nearly the same here.
Yeah, there
Well,
might be
that's
some
not
differences,
good.
but nothing major.
But it's limiting the number of potential punishments for his crime down to like kill him. And that's pretty much all.
Oh, the guy I was dealing with also did say, if you can get any more of adamantite, I didn't tell him where you got it because I do know because I was there, but that because of the whole panic that's going on, they're really wanting like metals and things. So
Thanks
Yeah,
for the information. We might be able to go back and harvest some more and send it to them.
yeah. But
Whispers to shit. What's her name? the gnome.
Abigail.
Abigail,
Abigail. Whispers to them. Does this town have a jail?
I mean, not really. We could lock him in a house.
How do you deal with criminals in this town?
To be honest, we don't really have criminals. Like
It's like
banishment normally.
Iceland.
Martha,
Yes.
you claim that the gnomes here aren't real, right?
I mean, nothing here's real. We're in the.
But why would your beer work and reduce in number when no, they're not real?
I don't know. I expect when we get back, it'll change back to what it was before, and I'll be very sad about it.
But if you assume that, why kill gnomes here? Can't you hold off
Because
until we're back home?
because the voice tells me that that person was evil. I need to do it.
What voice?
That there's a voice that's like that person.
Okay, I'm gonna technically give you a little bit of help here, Graham.
What hell? I don't.
Sort of. In relation to your character story, the in quotation marks voice you hear of Kurtlemak has been a lot more aggressive since you got to this place. So in terms of like they're like really praising you for what you're doing to encourage you to do it more.
Yeah, I mentioned this. I'm like, yeah. Since we got here, there's been the voice just been like, yeah, kill them, kill that one. That one's evil. Get it.
Have you had more of that
just a
voice since you
thought.
had the evil book?
I mean, it got louder.
Think your god's evil.
Are you sure it is your god?
Just a
Yeah.
I mean, it
thought.
doesn't sound exactly the same, but we're in a different universe.
Yes,
Um,
which is why I'm saying just a thought. You might not want to listen to this one here much for the same reasons why we haven't sought out my father in this universe. You saw how this universe's versions of us were behaving, a lot darker, more aggressive, a lot less likely to think logically and peacefully.
Wait,
Perhaps
are you?
your god where you were born probably is, you know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Wait,
Venerable,
are
perhaps?
you saying that
Benevolent?
my are you saying that like here, Turtleneck might be evil,
Yeah.
Potentially.
but
Or corrupt in some way, shape, or form, or or worse, or just different in a way that isn't in line with your beliefs.
I can't believe that Turtleneck is perfect. He would never betray me like that.
Well, it isn't Kurtlemark who is betraying you like that, if it's a different one.
It's a
But
different Kurtleneck who's betraying you like
I
that.
don't understand. You're seeing Meredith like completely like break is in the like trying to think about the idea of there being two different versions of the same. And he's like, but gods are infinite and
Not
finite and
necessarily.
what?
There, but
No.
not.
There are some. Again, Andrew, stop me if Via needs to make any rules to know this shit.
Yeah, go on.
But again, she is pretty damn good at religion. Via's
Mm-hmm.
like, there are some that are multi-spheral that will exist in the same universe, that will exist in different universes and be the same. But I don't know if yours is one of them.
Yeah, I'm okay with you knowing things on that line because of your studies.
I mean, hell, I was gonna say, Via's like, my dad used to refer to other spheres as bloody gingerbread houses. Kind of fitting, considering where we're from. Yeah, it might be better in that universe, but it might be worse, and you might die as a result.
Are you
Again,
saying that when my god is screaming at me, that one's evil, look at their cult symbols, they're carrying them around, it might not be true?
Yes.
Also, point of reference, there have been a lot of people who are seeing things that are not actually there,
That is also true.
that is also
including
true.
some of us.
Yes.
So, I'm not sure if you should listen to any voices showing you anything that you're seeing at the moment as the
The
ground
truth.
truth. So maybe hold off from listening to the voice. I'm sure
But
if it is your god, they will understand.
Meredith is like, but how do I know what to do with my life?
What we're
You
doing
can
with ours right now, trying to get
choose.
back.
But like being the chosen of a god means that like they tell you what to do, right? That's how that works.
Choose for yourself.
But
They can.
Yes, but Lumen said, think for yourself a bit.
mm, I've never done that in my life.
Well, maybe you can try something new.
That sounds scary.
It is.
Sometimes the best things can be scary to try first.
Mm,
But
It can
they're all
help.
worth it. They're worth it in the end.
no, but he was definitely a cultist.
Yeah, but this one aside, I mean, we don't know about this one for sure, but I'm just saying for the future, until we get back home and you're sure that it is your god who chose you, who is in your head again.
But how do I know that? Like, if I think a person's a cultist, how do like what am I to do then?
Well, if they attack you, you're very welcome to defend yourself, but don't just kill people who just stand around and a voice yells in your head that they're a cultist.
Or
You,
skulk around towns looking for someone to do that specifically too.
you could talk to them first and find that information out.
But if they're a cultist, that's incredibly dangerous.
Also, that sounds like big strides as opposed to baby steps with with regard to Mereditha.
Everyone knows that if you talk to a gnome cultist, they can like take over your mind with a word.
No.
Speaking of taking over your mind,
Oh God.
suddenly a person bursts into the room from one of the side rooms. You'd instantly recognize it as Half Purple Man. They have their fingers on their like purple half to their temples, and you feel a psychic wave hitting all of you. Not a painful one. You feel like information is being thrown at you. You can choose to resist it or accept it.
I'll accept the information.
Same.
Yeah.
I will resist the information.
Sure, give if you resist, give me
Mm,
an int save.
I'll just take it.
Murder than that one.
I have rolled
Ouch.
incredibly badly today.
Oh dear. Shit.
It's
Couldn't
the
even hide a murder.
it's the whole you try and resist, but you're just so confused by the conversation you've just had that it just flows in.
To be fair, I think we'd all be like that right now.
Meredith, 1 psychic damage.
I die.
Seriously?
No, I'm joking.
Okay. I was like, why would you be on 1 hit point? I thought we healed you.
Hell, even if he was on 1 hit point, 1 damage wouldn't kill him.
Well, no. But
So Meredith, what you're going to hear is you're going to hear what everyone else does, but like it's being screamed at you. So it's up to you how much of that you understand. You hear a weird hissing voice saying, "Ah, good. They have arrived. You have done a very good job, but 4 shards still remain." No, that's wrong. No. 3 shards remain. We've got 4 yet. Okay. You know your task. Go and collect the final shards from Talhundreth, the Crypt of Talland, and the Gibbet Crossing, and bring them to us. You will be reborn, a being of so much power and godliness like none have ever seen, and Phandelver will be ours. And then the person collapses to the floor.
I run over. Is he alive?
Yeah, he
Hear
looks
me out.
quite tired.
Hear me out. We probably shouldn't get these shards.
Yeah, but also we shouldn't probably just leave them.
Yeah, but if we assemble them for him, he might become a being of infinite cosmic power.
What shards did we? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out
It,
what
it,
shards
it,
they
was
were
it was a
talking
lot
about.
to receive in one shot.
Yeah,
So
you don't really know much beyond what you heard. Like, they did
So it
say
might-
shards, but especially for what you're asking, Christian, it could be fucking any number
Yeah.
of different things.
but like my first idea, which I'm also saying out loud, is basically that they probably are referring to the piece of stuff that was maybe in Felix's stomach. Not you, Felix. Other Felix. Evil Felix.
That Felix is like patting their stomach, worried.
Also, Lumen will go over and help the guy who's collapsed over. And try
Via
and
will as well.
help to a
Yeah,
bed.
Because
yeah,
that's
Via will as well.
Because that's one of
Via-
the few
Via-
things that we actually have new, which could be that.
Via looks at him and goes, "I hope this guy wakes up and is just in the least bit conscious, because I have a few things I might like to try with regards to getting more information out of him, especially after that.
I just hope he's okay.
You shouldn't be able to torture people.
I'm not. Who said I was torturing anyone?
I mean, I
All I said was a
am,
couple
but
of- All that I said was a couple of things I could try that could, just, let's say, scry some information, but not torture. No, he'd be fine.
I thought you said extract information. I just assumed that meant torture.
You see, you do have a problem with killing. You see,
Torturing isn't killing.
quite the opposite usually.
I'm not sure what. What is the opposite of killing?
No, the
Living?
Keeping
Making
someone
you
alive
alive?
for as long as possible.
Yeah,
No, yeah, but I feel like the opposite of killing is like bringing back
healing.
life.
Or making a new life?
Giving birth.
Uh, yeah, or like if someone is dead, but then you sort of like bring them back.
I am incapable of giving birth.
I mean, like you're a cleric, you'll eventually get resurrection or revivify, right?
Yeah, eventually.
So there you go. That's the same as reverse killing, because you're giving life back.
It does require a lot of diamonds, and I don't have any diamonds.
True.
Neither do the rest of us, sadly.
None of us have money
Anyway,
spent on diamonds.
the point is no, I wouldn't torture them. Like gestures to the rest of the group. You guys know I'm far too kind to torture somebody, right?
Yeah,
No.
you never torture anyone, right? I'd hope not. I hope no
Willingly.
one would. I'd hope none of us would torture or kill people. Well, like maliciously.
Great joke, friend.
So, does anybody remember what that guy said? Is it the crypt of something?
Give me a history.
I think
I don't
it's
know,
the
he's-
3 places that were on the map.
Yeah, that's essentially what I'm going
other-
going to give you. It's a pretty easy roll.
There's the other
Oh.
obsidian pillars.
I was
So
going
we
to say,
need
can anyone make
Yeah.
that since he asked out loud?
Yeah,
I have an 11 on my history unless I get. Can I get a reaction for my flash of genius?
sure.
What do I add? Oh, it's
Your
just my
int
I
infinite
mod.
five.
I remember
So that would
well.
be plus
I
4.
remember
Would just be a
My
15
character
for an
remembers
10.
as well as I remember.
very well.
Well, this specific thing anyway.
Yeah, you like with the 27 instantly like I don't remember exactly what they said, but I instantly recognized the 3 names they used. And then you're like, "Oh, maybe it's on that map that we got." Which when you actually do go to check, you'd be like 99% positive.
So
Who
are
has
there
the map?
names
Is
on
it
the map?
me? Who has the map? Is it me or is it somebody else?
Don't ask me.
I
You
don't
know,
even
I
remember we
just
had a
remember I
map.
have guidance and could totally be guiding people, but I forgot.
I mean, I've been using it on myself. That's
Yeah.
what those D4s are.
I'm gonna post the map in the chat again, just so everyone can see the. Oh, well, see it now.
So yeah,
Oh,
we
that map.
Yeah.
Okay.
we need to go and acquire those 3 things, I guess.
Gibbet Crossing, Crypt of
North of Gibbet Crossing,
Palcon
south of Star
Crest,
Metal Hills.
The only
Underground Dwarf
issue
Temple.
is we can't ever bring them back to Phandelver, otherwise that weird voice gets it. Maybe.
I mean,
they
if we have them, it means that they don't. Again,
Yeah.
I hope that this guy regains consciousness so I can talk to him.
Yeah, but the guy wants us to bring them here, which means it's gonna serve some purpose to him. I don't really like helping out that guy.
Can everyone but Lumen make me a history check?
It's just occurred to me I could be adding another D4 to this, so this. Oh, never mind. I will just turn that into an 8 and add another D4 with the primer. So that's an 8 plus 5 for 13 plus 6 is a 19.
I think we
Okay.
should gather them though. Just don't bring them back here.
Newt, with your
Yeah.
22, you can recall enough from what you heard from the voice. They didn't specify where they said bring them back to. They just were like very vague on like to us.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily bring them here, and I don't know. I also don't know why they're It feels weird because it feels like it's supposed to, like, it feels like this big plan, but no offense, but this town is rather small. Not sure why they would be like, ooh, and then Thunderland is ours.
It
What
might
does
be
this
whatever
place
was.
have?
I think this
It-
place is just a good
it-
opening for them to get into this place because
It might. Yes, it might be whatever's on the other side of that hole that we plugged up. This place is just a path of low resistance. As you say, there's nothing here.
So maybe we could also use those stones to close that hole, right? I don't
True.
know how they work. I
maybe
mean, yes, I would agree, maybe not bringing them here
s-
close to the hole, but
I'm sure I could figure it out.
hang on, we do know as a point to bring up, Via, we know that your parents here have done some research on these things.
I
We
mean, not specific. Well, in this universe, we don't really know how much they've done, if any at all.
like we
My
found
dad back home could just, and she snaps her fingers. He could just like get the answer like that. I
yeah,
don't know about here though.
but we found those documents in the cave that well, not in the cave, but in the other place where he found
The underground place.
the underground, yeah, with your family's seal on it, which
Yes,
means
I'm studying them, but my father's magic is quite advanced for even me to be able to pick it up.
yeah, but it
So
definitely
it's gonna take some time.
it means that Lumen does go like, even her? She's not that arrogant normally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you need any help, we
Meant
can
mental
help you
though.
decipher those,
But
maybe.
but but also we'll go on the it does make sense to go talk to them to learn stuff about what we're actually doing so that we can actually be prepared for when we gather them together so that the guy on the other side of the weird portal can't use them to like manifest in this reality or whatever his plan is.
That's one of the reasons why I'm hoping that this guy does wake up, because you know how come I can just read anything?
Sure.
I'm pretty sure I can figure out how to transfer that to other forms of communication, so that even if he has to communicate through thought, I can just speak to him normally.
But
But I need to be conscious. Gives him a
my
light kick.
my point is more that I think we should go see your parents before we go and check out these things.
She kind of hugs herself a bit. I think, if with regards to that specifically, I think it would be smarter to maybe try and find this universe's other me again first, just in case this universe's versions are just as bad as she was.
Hmm.
Because if they are, they're probably not gonna be too pleased about me being here.
Yeah, I suppose.
And then we're dealing with something that, again, well, they created me, so that gives you some idea of how awesomely powerful they are.
Yeah, but I desperately want to know the things that they know so that we don't go into this whole like
She,
keeping
she,
Cthulhu in the far realm thing without knowing what we're doing.
she sniggers a little bit. It's just like, if anyone knew everything that they know, their brains would explode.
Well, I just want to know about this specific subject. Unless it would make
Yeah,
my brain explode, then I don't want to know.
Obviously,
I just
Avia
want
thinks
yeah.
that she could handle it, though.
I want to know just enough.
Because like, well, that was my dad's whole bread and butter of his business. However, that kind of information will cost you again if the versions in this universe are as bad as the Via of this universe. They're probably not going to give you the family rate because I'm here, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but
It might cost you your true name, your alignment, your sanity, all of your teeth, your
that's
lightsaber.
Uh,
that's
give,
true.
Via, could you give me advantage perception?
We we
Yeah.
need to know what we need something that we can trade for the information that we need.
Double
Wow,
25.
what a roll! Uh, Via, you noticed a flare up when you said the word family that time, within like the things you've got on you.
A flare up within what
Like a
line pages?
yeah, like a magical flare up.
Uh, Immediately goes for it, like mid sentence,
Uh,
like somebody reaching for their phone frantically.
yeah. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. Do you try saying family again?
Oh,
She says it. She says the exact words. I don't think I'd get the family rate here.
When you say that, one particular page flares up. Like it immediately flares up and then dies down.
Looks at it.
Uh, you you were having trouble with this one before, but like in like the moment it flares up, you gain a small understanding before it goes away that one is in fact the gate code to your home. Well, your technically your father's home, which is like you have been there, but not as much.
Actually, I don't think we need to trade them anything. I think because I think we can reasonably trade them hey, if you don't tell us, all of reality is gonna die.
And how do I package that up?
Exactly. Viet's like, and how exactly you're going to package that? They probably already know.
I mean, yeah, my package is if you tell us, you'll live.
Not how? If they already know,
I mean, if they already know, like if
then
they already know that they're going to die, and they tell us the information we can use to go get these other things and use them in a way that will prevent their deaths, will that not be a good trade?
we're making a lot of assumptions here. I'd rather know more before summoning either of them.
Yeah, but they're the only way we can know more before we go like try and stop Mega Cthulhu. And I'd rather know more about Mega Cthulhu before messing with Mega Cthulhu.
Don't call my dad Mega Cthulhu.
No, your dad's not Mega Cthulhu. Mega Cthulhu's on the other side of the Far Realm portal.
I
Like
know that bit.
I don't want to go messing around with the Far Realm before I know what's going on. And like as much as I know about the Fae and they're like pretty scary, the Far Realm stuff seems scarier. So I'd rather know what I was. I'd rather go face like your family and know how to deal with the Far Realm rather than try and deal with the Far Realm, then go try and face your family.
It's like America scares me, but Detroit scares me more.
It's
Again, Via's really not looking comfortable. She's like, she's really not looking comfortable. She's like, God damn it! It's already partly my fault that you're here. I don't want to be responsible for you getting killed as well.
you will be
Why is
Or
it your
responsible.
worse.
fault?
We wouldn't have gotten ambushed if you weren't helping me, would we?
Well, to be fair, we were on the way down to Waterdeep because of Mungie, so we might have. It's rather
Yeah,
his fault than your fault.
none,
Hey,
none of this
don't
is
you
your
blame
fault.
my dad?
I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying causality-wise,
It,
it's
it,
more.
it was no one's fault.
Felix, your dad's gone.
Felix, your dad's immortal. He's probably alive somewhere in another reality.
He went for milk and is just never coming back.
I know
Aw.
where he
And you
is.
need to accept that we're your parents now.
Hey, sometimes they say the family you choose is better.
How old are you, Felix?
Start counting on their hands, and they're like, don't know. And
Because as the people that you owe your life to, we want to take responsibility for keeping you as a real whole person.
Manji's fine. They're in some sigil place.
No, they're never coming back. You'll never see them again.
I mean, it sounds
Again,
like
again, Via turns to Lumen. Then, in that case, going back to the main point of, I'd rather convince. It'd be much easier to convince the other me that their safety and life is in our best interests, and I might be able to use these to summon Dad. And then if we have the other me here, and she tells us, yeah, they'll be cool with it, then I'd be a lot more comfortable with it. But until I know more about my family in this universe, I'm not very comfortable with just summoning them.
Plus,
in
can we
which
just summon them anyway?
Well, it'll take some doing.
in which case, how are we gonna find the other you? Like the big issue is we're kind of on a clock and we don't really have time to go searching like the whole Sword Coast for the other version of you that we beat up.
Oh, we sent them up the road, right? Like
Yeah,
We
toward
Yes.
Everwinter.
the only thing you
We-
They
do know
are.
is they went north.
we did, but that was a while ago. They could be anywhere by now.
Be
Not
back in
just a few
Neverwinter.
days, right?
They could be back in Neverwinter at this point.
They might have gone somewhere else theoretically.
I mean, yes, we don't know. But
Unless they
would it
went
make
back to
sense
their
to try to
base.
would it make sense to try to find those other shards first, not bring them here, and then
Yeah,
figure
but
out what to do with them?
what if gathering the shards in one spot is exactly what triggers it?
I mean,
Yeah, but
you
they have that weird thing here, so I presume that they will have to
Yeah, but
kind of
that's the
make
thing.
use of that extra rift.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We don't know. We need to
We don't know
know.
anything.
would
Yeah,
your
I know.
dad
That's
like the
why.
shards? Are they valuable? You said like some are trade for help.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, we could give one to him.
And that like separates them, right?
Yeah, I mean that sounds like a pretty good plan.
Wait,
Also,
I did something good?
yeah, well done, Felix.
It's just like, yes!
It might even. It actually, that is a good
Well,
point. It might even be better if we can hide one or more of them in a different plane of existence,
Because
i.e., the Feywild.
the whole point is that we don't know if the shards are dangerous when we gather them together. So we've got to go do this whole talk to people who know if they're dangerous and how they're dangerous, so that we know if we can assemble them. Trading him this one might be a good call.
but we don't
It
even know if
also
this is the shard, to be honest. Because we have no reference point as to what the shard is.
I mean, yeah, but the psychic voice did say one of three more, which implies we at least have one. So we assume it's that one.
pointing at the core that I assume is still plugging up a hole. Does it? Are they referring to that?
No, I think they're referring to this, and I hold up the.
Mind
Okay,
crystal
now I'm
thing.
confused again. Andrew, do you remember which one I got which feeling of?
God, this is really complicated having all these different crystals, isn't it?
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll check my notes if I can
I'm trying.
find them.
I'm just trying to remember which ones you've got. You've got one that's from the cart.
I got one from the card. I got one from Felix. I got obviously the core that's at the moment floating in the thingy,
Mm-hmm.
and I got the mind crystal from the goblin, which presumably is not the shard because it's just a random goblin who melted.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a different kind of crystal entirely.
so
That's totally unrelated crystal.
Well, it's not unrelated, but it's unrelated to that exact thing.
so my question is basically just because there was some confusion about what feels like what. I know that the
Was it
art crystal reacted, for example, with the guy who just yelled at us.
Mm-hmm.
was it
Um,
the Felix crystal that was the one we're talking about? I think.
yeah, but that's what the one I theorized at the beginning. But the card crystal also had an effect on the guy who just yelled.
I mean,
So,
yeah.
and they were similar, I think, in feeling, but I'm not sure anymore.
I'm gonna say this. Think like within Newt's mind, Newt would think that this is actually something he may need to investigate.
You know who could probably answer this question? Via's parents.
Yeah, but the risk of summoning just randos. We have said we can't just random summon them. B, we don't know. Supposedly they're super powerful and potentially here quite shitty.
Yeah, but
So
you're talking about on the other hand, we could either we mess with the Fae and face the consequences, or we do something equally dangerous that we don't know about that messes with the Far Realm.
well, my suggestion would be first get one more shard, so we know exactly which shard is which, and can potentially figure out more about them. Then we can try to talk to Via's parents, because then we actually know that we have something of
I second
potential import,
Newt's proposal.
and
Sure.
potentially
One,
there's
it
more
gives us more.
information about. Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Continue.
No, I was just about to say what you were saying. Yep.
So basically, yeah,
It also gives me a little bit more time to study these. Goes through her pages.
Sure,
yeah.
fair enough. We can do
So
that.
maybe there's also some other information at that location that helps us a little bit more, because at the moment we're stabbing in the dark,
There's a lot of
This is-
crystals, and we
Indeed.
don't know which is which.
and some of the dark is stabbing back, and that's not good.
Some of the dark is stabbing back. Oh no, that's not good.
Oh no, the dark's wriggling.
Who cast Hunger of Hador? God damn it.
So, what as it's beginning to get a bit more late in the day, what is the current plan for
I
today,
think we should
essentially?
settle down for a long rest because we
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
spent
that. Talk to the people. Maybe figure out which of the three places, at least from hearsay, is the least dangerous.
I don't think they'll know.
No, they probably won't, but they maybe have just yeah. I mean, they're all right next to each other, so it doesn't make a huge difference. But they might know something.
Maybe.
Calm the populace down. I'll do some more detecting magic-y stuff and try to figure out if there's anything on them that is identifiable as to why they're seeing each other weirdly. Um, yeah.
I'll keep an eye on Brain Blast Boy, referring to the guy who's like half Mind Flayer, or was and is now like half rubbery person.
He seems the
Just in
most
case he wait.
unstable, so we probably should tie him down again.
Yeah, one the time down, and two, even if he wakes up, I'm sure I can handle it.
So let's see. From the gist of that, he will wake up later, and we'll get to that in a minute. For the like magic detection, you do detect a weird aura of sorts on the minds of all the people that does read as psionic, but not in the same way as like if they've been enchanted or charmed.
Since there's something in Lumen's brain right now, do I detect that as well, by any chance? When I walk past him with that on?
According to this sheet of paper, there's 4 things in my brain right now.
Yeah, could you be
Excuse me,
more
what?
specific?
I was
Is
thinking about the brain rat, but what the hell is still also in your brain?
That's a good question. Lumen
Is
doesn't know the answer.
Is Via's Mary Sue madness magical?
No, that is just actual insanity.
Okay.
Sadly.
According to this picture that I drew of the inside of my own brain that looks like Far Realm stuff to you guys, but looks very normal to me, there's 4 things in my brain.
Also, great news. Lumen, you definitely would have checked at some point. Like, just peeling the corner carefully. The picture's back.
Ah, good. Does it look normal to me still?
Yeah. Lovely.
Okay.
Lovely picture that you drew.
Well,
So yeah,
good,
you've
I
got that
guess.
back again.
Put slots back into position. Do not look at on pain of death, unless you're me, I guess.
I'm talking to you, Zamler. Written down on it.
Oh dear. Oh well.
Danger paper.
Give me a quick reminder, is there anything else I've missed that you were doing? Apart from, like, obviously, when the guy wakes up in a minute.
Me specifically or
I
anyone?
mean, just, yeah, everyone.
I just try and at this point I'd be like a bit conflicted on what to do with Bertha, and I'd head off and try and get the villagers to look at each other without screaming, or at least try.
Meredith's just sitting there looking at people, seeing what his voices in his head say. Brain still itchy.
That sounds really unpleasant.
Okay. Meredith's definitely going to have something happen over the night. But that's not yet.
Do any of the people have any knowledge of those places?
Yeah, they don't know them, like, super well. But they do know of them, because they're, like... People have investigated there before, but... It's, like, far enough out that there's a lot more, like, wild animals and things, so it's a lot more dangerous to just, like, decide to check out.
Yeah.
So I can't be bothered to give you specific information at this exact second, because I'd have to read through each thing specifically. But yes, you do receive general information about the, like, you you basically understand that it's like some sort of weird ruins or something, and it definitely feels like they basically describe it as like they're kind of in order. Like you could go to one of like the Giver Crossing is technically the furthest away, but like you kind of want to start with the dwarf temple. What's it called? The Tala something. They can't remember the name of it, but you'd be able to tell it's the Tala 100th. They're like, yeah,
Yeah.
the it's like a dwarf temple, and that's probably your best bet to head there first.
I mean, it also says on the map that we have that the crossing is very, very underground, so that would have also been the last thing I would have suggested.
Yeah, it's almost like it's been written into the book that they're in an order you're almost forced to take.
Weird.
Sacre bleu.
So we dig into the third one first, and then
I
we go
mean,
backward.
Yeah, we
I'd
do
let
the
you.
third one. We do the third one first because all of the enemies there are just higher scaled.
True, it just gets easier.
Yeah, we start with there and we fight things that will kill us instantly, and then we work our way down to things that can't hurt us by the time we get
Wait
there.
a minute, why are these things getting stronger? Andrew!
What did you do?
Like, ugh, all the monsters that were meant to be in the last area went to go and get some sunlight.
They swapped areas, so you know, it was a minion exchange program.
Just add some +3s here or there.
So, Via, did you say that your time is going to be just watching that guy?
Well, before she does go to sleep, she's going to be like staying in the room or at worst room adjacent for like sleep purposes. But before she does that, she'll be spending her time one watching him, but two like sat at like she'll set up his table and chair like in the same room with him, and she'll be looking at her father's spellbook pages and uttering like the word family or words associated with it, like mother, father, home, things like that, to see what it does. Does it do anything? Or does she glean any information from it, or is it just doing the same thing over and over?
Uh, it does respond in different ways to different things, but it does seem like you don't think it's actually the words that
It's
are.
more the feeling.
Yes, correct. It's the feeling you get in you when you're talking about those places that it's actually responding to. Especially this one. Like, you get very lesser responses from some of the others, but it's like that one specifically that's like really responding.
Hmm.
And because of
Um.
where you are, you'd be the first one there when he wakes up with a startled scream and is like, "Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Did you hear it?"
Oh, so you're speaking in common.
Yes.
Yes, we got it. If you are in control of your faculties and don't intend to harm me, just relax.
Ah, and he just like essentially melts into the chair. Not
yeah.
physically,
Yeah.
just like a massive weight off his shoulders.
Uh, are you? Uh, Fucking all right. This is should be like this is not what I was expecting. Okay, he doesn't seem to be like
He's
mind flared anymore.
he
And
seems like, as far as you can tell, pretty normal.
talk to me, sir. Talk to me, sir. What's your name? Do you have any? What's your name? Let's start with that. Something simple.
Oh, my name is, and then he like pauses and doesn't seem to say anything.
Can you remember anything?
Yeah, where are we? Phandelver?
Yes, you're in a tavern.
Oh yeah, I recognize the moldy walls. They really should get them sorted. Yeah, I'm from
Did-
here. I live over. Yeah.
I think we found your house that had a far realm portal in it.
Oh, excellent. Because I do
Oh.
not remember where my house is.
Do you remember anything the before the portal, or before you blanked out? I assume.
Uh, yeah, uh, we were. What were we doing? We were meant to be. We were on an expedition. We were like, we'd noticed like around the. I don't remember which race it is. Like the temple off to the east, and like animals are usually like really aggressive around there. But all the animals have been acting weird, so we were like scoping things out, and then
Interesting, because I haven't seen any animals in ages. I'm gonna be taking notes of this.
then why were we carrying boxes? We were we like met up with some goblins and I guess offered to help them carry some stuff.
Via makes a little minor illusion of one of the shards that were found in the boxes in that caravan. Anything like this spring to mind? Ring any bells? I was just like twirling our hands and maintaining the illusion.
They're like looking at it like, maybe. Like that, like it was just what was it? There was. Sorry, I'm kind of me.
It's all right.
My
Take your
memories
time.
are a bit weird. Like I don't. I remember, but I don't remember when I agreed to help them. I remember that I obviously was helping them, but I don't remember like when we agreed. But there was three. Like I do notice they had like a bunch of like smaller stones on them, but there were like three bigger boxes, which is what we were carrying for them, which
Mm-hmm.
felt like they had like something real heavy in them.
So you didn't know.
Uh, I mean, like, yeah, I could maybe guess that it might have been some sort of like big rock in the box, but I don't think I ever opened them.
We found a caravan that matches that description, but it had been destroyed. Do you have any memories of that? And it
Uh,
was to the east, I believe.
no,
Above
technically,
game.
no,
Just
the caravan was to the northwest.
So the opposite way of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, okay.
yeah, east
I've been
of the
getting.
west of the caravan was just water, basically, since we were on the coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean? Like, and like, yeah. God damn it! I'm getting me directions all muddled up.
That's
So you'll
fine.
be like, what do you mean the east? It's all ocean that way.
East? I thought you said west.
Wait,
He did say east, yeah.
Yes, he did. At this point, everyone else give me an advantage perception check.
Can I give the Squiddy boy, as he's trying to remember, can I cast guidance on him to maybe like help him with like a history check to get his memory?
So yeah, you're like trying to guide his thoughts correctly.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, like I think pretty much ironically, Lumen is probably the only person who doesn't hear Via talking to someone, and like everyone knows that Via was watching over that guy. So at this point, other people can join this now, apart from Lumen, unless someone tells him. Well,
Does
either
anyone join?
yeah, either people are muted or no one gives a shit.
No one seems to be muted. I think everyone's just like, just let the diviner handle it.
I'm not allowed to do
Yeah.
stuff. I didn't notice.
I mean,
So-
if I
I-
notice them having a conversation and I'm not currently busy talking or whatever to anybody else, I would at least sidle over to listen in.
Murditha does not feel that it is Murditha's place to interfere with conversations right now. Murditha understands they are on thin ice.
I guess Via's just trying to guide his thoughts to maybe spark some memory.
Um. Okay, so what? Instead of like him doing a check, the way I'm doing this is essentially you're, like in psychology when they try to retrace your steps, you're essentially
Yeah.
trying to help him guide him through his steps.
Yeah, but through his memory, so to
Yeah.
speak. And Via's just going. Via's just going. I wish I could cast modify memory. God damn it.
The first thing you very obviously come across is you try to like go back to the start and be like, all right, let's start from the beginning. You It's very very easy for you to get him to tell you like, oh yeah, over there was this animal and this animal. We did notice that there was like some parts of the forest areas that were like completely empty, and then there's like a big gap in his memory. And then he's like, yeah, and then like he continues as if like not even noticing that the gap has happened, and then yeah, we were carrying the boxes, the three of us, and essentially their memory goes straight from they were investigating the animals and stuff to immediately they're helping the goblins.
Can I ask from the off, where was it exactly that you were investigating the animals?
Uh,
I
oh,
was just about to ask that as well because he mentioned the temple to the east, and then Via goes, "But that's all water." What temple?
yeah, I can't remember what it is. It's some temple to. Is it dwarves or is it gnomes? I know it's a short race.
I say the name of the temple from the map, which I cannot remember for the life of me.
Talhundreth. He's like, that does sound familiar. That might be right.
And so from that point of investigating, then something happened, and then you helped the goblin.
No, what? And then he just blanks out and just like silence. Yeah, and then after that, we were like carrying the stuff and helping them out. So like,
Kind of
to
both
hit,
were going to the temple.
yeah, to
And I
him, you can tell that he doesn't realize that he's not telling you the bits that are missing from his memory.
No,
Yeah, Via will turn to you and just go, he seems to have gaps in his memory. So he's not I don't think he's hiding it from us. I think
I'm
it's
not.
more a case of he just doesn't know it.
I'm not sure if he has gaps or if he has a block that doesn't let him say it, because I think he thinks he's saying it.
I mean, true, he looked like he wanted to say his name before. He couldn't.
I could read his thoughts.
Do
I
we
mean,
know
I
that Lumen
can't
can read
yet.
thoughts?
I think that has came up in front of the party.
It has.
Okay,
Um,
that is a good
Via
point,
will
though.
tell Newt go get Lumen. He can peer into people's minds, kind of.
That sounds like a good idea, but
Uh,
we should ask him.
Lumen,
But yeah,
currently you are asleep with your lovely friend Abigail, who is like leaning on you and has put a blanket around you. You're in front of a fire, like the fireplace in the tavern.
Lala.
Okie dokie.
So only Newt, you know this. She's like dead embarrassed when you come over and like just like jumps out of the way. Is like, oh, so Lumen doesn't know that she was being all like cutesy and friend and close and stuff.
So she's taken a shine to Lumen.
Yes.
Bless.
That does not mean anything to Newt.
Yeah.
So he will probably just blatantly say it at some point without noticing that it's something embarrassing.
You walk over, you pull the blanket off him. Lumen, get up! Magic time!
I'm not that bad, Les. But he's conflicted.
He's conflicted.
But better now and have another long rest after, like, because he probably just started. So for logically from spell recuperation, it makes sense to wake him now.
Yeah,
So,
you're technically before the quotation marks long rest right now.
Yeah. So, yeah, he will he'll wake Lumen up and
Again, me pushing sleep onto people who don't sleep, but still.
well,
Trance is
he'll
close
raise him or stuff from his trance and
Yeah, you're
like,
in an incredibly deep trance because you had so much to process.
That's true. I relived that whole day so many times. Yeah, I'm just like, oh, what? What's
sorry
up?
to interrupt, but you can detect thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Or read thoughts because there's the guy with a half face.
Oh, is he okay?
Yeah, he seems relatively lucid, and it seems like he's having a gap in things he's telling us, but it doesn't seem like he doesn't know it. It seems like he's just not being able to say it. So we had the thought that maybe he's thinking it, but it doesn't translate into coming out of him. So
Sure, I'll
maybe that'll help.
I'll go check on him. Then I'll follow you along to the guy, and then try and detect his thoughts and search in the bits that seem to be missing.
Note to self, I need to copy that spell into my star map.
Also, yes, I am aware of the time. I'm wrapping this up here.
Yeah.
So you're going to read the thoughts. Lumen, can you give me an advantage int save?
Can guidance work on this
23.
sort of thing?
Uh,
Or is it just ability checks?
yeah, I think it's resistance. That's for saves.
Yeah, resistance is for sale.
Ah. Anyway, it's not like Lumen needs it.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, if you double that one, that could have been really bad. But
Glad I didn't.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Basically you do the normal thing of like stepping into the person's mind, and you manage to pull yourself out quick enough. When you try to go into the part where you think the missing memories are, essentially it genuinely to you feels like you were grabbed and a mind flayer was about to devour your mind. As in, like, as if one had you in its hands and was about to eat your head.
Lumen just goes, ah, freaky.
It felt
What happened?
incredibly real to you.
I just got bounced out of a brain by a mind flare.
No, you didn't get bounced. You chose. No, I'm not. I'm out.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I don't blame you for backing out.
I felt like a mind flare was about to eat my brain. Or at least my mind. So whatever those thoughts are, they are defended well.
Give me an Arcana, Lumen.
Uh, 20.
You think, like, based on the things that like VR would have explained to you that they've picked up from talking to this person, you think that there's actually a good chance this person might have met with a mind flayer, and those memories might have actually been devoured.
Oh, fair enough.
So
I will.
this person might have been in the process of being devoured, and then it was like, oh wait, maybe they can be useful now that they're a bit more empty.
I will relay this and say, I think they might have been halfway through being eaten by a mind flare before the mind flare was like, oh, they might prove useful now.
Everyone likes a nice lobotomized slave.
But where does that leave him now? I wonder if the transformation could continue.
I mean, it seems to have calmed down the further away he is from the influence of the weird thing.
And
So,
he doesn't seem to have changed at all in the time that's passed since everything before.
Yeah.
Or
So
plugging up the hole.
Yeah.
he should be fine as of now,
Mm,
as long as nothing else goes wrong.
I certainly hope so.
Uh,
Like Via just has a look about it, like we might not know her well enough to know this, but she's just like again because like the Ring of Man Shield, no one can like read her mind, but just seeing this in general, it's like she's silently wishing that she was a bit stronger and could do something a bit more about it, but just doesn't know. But obviously the freaking arrogance and sanity is just making it look like she just thinks, yeah, we've got this.
which is hilarious because if you didn't have that ring, Lumen right now would be able to tell there was something wrong.
Mm-hmm. But even Via hasn't thought, oh, maybe I should take this off.
Yeah. Speaking of something wrong, could Via and Newt give me an advantage perception check?
I don't like that
Advantage perception.
What do you mean?
because it
21.
means they're noticing something that I
19.
can't notice is more accurate, which
Yeah.
is why happening to me.
Both of you notice, like, Lumen's still, like, dozy from being woke up, and they, like, let out a yawn and stretch, and you... Oh god, that sounds way worse than I meant it to. But I'll continue,
A
and
rat tail is in his mouth.
you see, as his t-shirt lifts up, his Hooters t-shirt that he was sleeping in, you
I've only
know,
got the one shirt. I
Yeah.
haven't been able to afford a second shirt.
Lumen, you have the weirdest nighttime attire.
you notice something purple, poking out of his pants. That's the thing that I was like, that probably could have done with better wording in your head, Andrew.
Yeah, could have.
Yeah. Lumen, would you be alright if like she
Is
looks
it alright
and-
dropping your
she-
pants?
she-
Abigail
no,
blushes.
No, she brings a claw over to like the bottom of the shirt, just the shirt.
What's up?
Just I'm not doing anything weird, okay? And she just lifts it very slightly, just to see like the bottom of his like abdomen.
What? This feels weird.
Lumen.
feels
I
weird.
look closely as well.
Yeah, Lumen. But the other two people, you're gonna figure out what it is from this. Lumen, you look down and you're like, what? I don't say anything. But
Is
the other two do see something.
Oh no, it's spreading on me, isn't it? Oh
Th-
god.
there is
It's
like
just a tattoo.
Yes, there is a very familiar purple wisp tentacling up over his pants.
Okay, so Newt will be just completely stone facing. Like, okay, drop your pants. We have to redraw that line. This has grown.
You two are leaving the room if you're doing that.
You can leave the room if I'm doing that. Eh?
It's like,
Anyway.
this is my room.
Hey, that's
have
who I
rooms?
am. Like,
I
if
wasn't
Newt-
aware we
if
had
Newt
all
just-
rooms individually.
If Newt just, I don't care as long as it's not in this room. If Newt just kicks Lumen, Via's just Misty stepping out of here.
Abigail jumps in and is like, what's wrong? Is something wrong with Lumen? I'm happy to help. Definitely not responding to the drop your pants.
Turns to smoke. Misty steps into the room next door.
You hear from the room next door. Ah!
So yeah, Newt would redraw the current outline if Lumen lets them.
Sure. Is it like all one leg or
Yeah,
the
one-
entire
one-
bottom half of my body?
One leg.
Oh, okay.
From the other room.
What's going up your leg?
I didn't understand that.
It's going up my leg is
Oh.
is what Via said.
But yeah,
Oh.
for the rest of the night, just as a quick, since it's already 1:15,
Mhm.
Newt would just make that, like, switch infusions around and make that Hazard's eye for Lumen. Start
Thank you.
investigating on some of the shards to figure more stuff out.
Mhm.
And
And to clarify for the DM, what is the plan when you wake up?
head over to get one of the 3 shards.
Okay,
So
so
probably to the temple.
probably heading to Tactile Hundredth. Just making
Yeah.
sure.
Via would mention to the group that she would like an hour, if that's okay. While we're like sorting ourselves out, surely an hour is okay.
I mean, yeah, we're taking a long rest. You have plenty of time.
Yep.
I meant like on either one side of it. Via specifically would say to you, Lumen, because I need to lend your book for a minute. I mean, an hour.
A minute. Well, an hour.
Oh yeah,
An hour.
we can trade books for some spells.
Via's like, you might need me to show you through mine. She like holds the amulet around her neck, and a glittering star map radiates onto the ceiling, and she's like, hey, that, and she's, oh fuck, what spells do I have?
Probably
Well,
faster anyway when you
yeah.
have the wizard who
Yeah.
owns the spellbook next to you.
Yeah.
but yeah, you guys can do that, and then
She's like, "No."
I'm gonna say something that'll shock everyone involved. You have an uninterrupted night's sleep,
My
Yay.
God.
I get my spell slots back.
and wake up in the morning to. Essentially, when you wake up, breakfast is being served by Abigail to like everyone in the town who's just stayed overnight in the tavern, lying on the cots on the floor.
Oh.
And that's where we ended for today.
Okay.
Right.
Excellent.
Christian,
Yeah.
you can away.
Yeah, I'm gonna come off too.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay, okay.
Good
See
night.
you next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
This
Bye
is
bye.
Oh, guess what, Joseph?
What, Andrew?
I need to look at them again to remember which one, but you're gonna get a toy. A psionic
I am.
toy.
I thought today was the day where Murdertha was like gone. I'm waiting for it. I expect this character to not be in the party for much longer. I'm just like,
Very close. You were very close. The other party members were here, and so Lumen just about calmed down enough to think this through rationally.
yeah, I'm like sitting here being like, I'm total like this is totally it. He's done. He's flipped. He's gonna
Oh.
get me.
I also made sure to keep interjecting with important story beats, so it was like,
Mm.
oh,
Distracting.
yeah.
There were like 2 or 3 moments where I was just like, right, I stab him.
Yeah.
At least you've had like a little bit of a
I
like me questioning his ways, so it's like, okay, maybe we can go forward a little bit more.
mm,
The problem is Lumen will only ever forgive him once he's like somehow done something to show that he's like sorry for his actions.
It's fine.
he doesn't see his like the issue is he doesn't see his actions as wrong.
Yeah.
Everything he's been told in life is that like that this is the thing to do.
Okay, Graham,
Yeah.
can I borrow you for just a second?
Sure. Do you want me to go into secret chat?
Yes, please.
Moving.
Yo, dog.
Hello.
So, as I said before, something does happen to Murdertha during the night.
Mm-hmm.
Which is definitely gonna be something for the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Which is I'm definitely not really helping you with the whole surviving party thing, but it's just
No, it's fine. I'm prepared for this character to die.
this is literally what would happen next in terms of story. You are actually contacted in quotation marks by your god during your sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You would notice several things about the Kurtlemak. They do not seem the same as the one that you like the one you've interacted with in the past. Like while they're very aggressive towards gnomes and things, generally like towards yourself and towards kobolds, they're like really
Loving and friendly
loving,
and...
benevolent, kind, all those things. Whereas this one is very much more demanding.
Mm-hmm.
And they have given you a demand.
Uh-huh.
They can see that your party has been infiltrated by someone who is turning your friends against you. and they have given you the specific order to kill Abigail.
Okay. Please remind me of this
Yeah.
next week.
I just wanted to say that now while it was on my mind, because that is literally what happens when you're asleep. So whatever happens when you wake up is up to you for next week.
Okay. I'm actually give me a second. Can I get back in roll 20 a second?
I thought you were going to do da 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 da. Is that Doug?
That is Doug. I was doing the Persona 3 opening soundtrack.
So slightly different for me.
Similar themes though. Doug is also about killing yourself to unlock your powers. So should I roll a D4 odds or evens, or should I roll like a wisdom save
Uh,
to decide whether I'd go through with this or not?
I would say start with
Because I have been told by people that like this god's not actually my god, so I don't need to follow it.
give me the wisdom save first with advantage.
With advantage,
Yes.
okay.
It's advantage because your character.
It wasn't good.
14's not bad though.
It's pretty bad.
It's good enough for you to know something isn't right. Like you to actually know that. It doesn't mean
Okay.
that it's enough to stop you, but it's enough to. This is the first time
That I
potentially.
might question it.
Yes, that you might question.
The other one would be like I probably have never actually seen my god, right? Because like they're locked away in a like.
Yeah, you have never seen
I've
them.
only heard Kurtlemak and
Yeah,
like have depictions from before he was locked away.
Yeah, you have always
So this would imply that Kurtlemak is free in this world.
potentially.
Okay.
But yeah, when you've
So
communicated,
my
it's
wisdom
only
save
been voice.
is not good enough to make me like go, no, I shouldn't be doing this, but it's good enough to make me go, there's something weird about this.
Yeah, you could interpret that as, you might have enough doubt that you actually might go to a party member and maybe tell them.
Yes, Newt.
So yeah,
I
that
don't know why, but Christian's character always seems like the one that people want to confide in.
Yeah, and he's he's kind of the least judging character because of the way that their character is.
Yeah.
But yes.
Okay.
So,
Please remind me that my job is to kill Abigail, but I'm like doubting
yeah.
if I forget.
You would also just like in character know that obviously at this point the party actually really does like this one particular person, whereas obviously the past ones have been like just random nobodies. But yes, that's essentially I wanted to tell you now because then you can think on that.
Plan. Yeah. Okay. We can switch back to the other two now.
Yay!
I'll probably be heading off in like 10 minutes, but whatever.
Fair enough. Back we go.
The only downside for me is that my wizard spell casting is still kind of shit at the moment.
Oh no.
And Graham loved all of we had like a party and there was cake.
Meredith has
Well-
completely like turned his life around. Nothing's ever gonna go wrong again. Don't worry about it. Andrew's not a monster.
Yeah, all good vibes.